Hello, this is Sebastian with the Redwood Voice here for Making Waves with Saint Sophie. Let's go ahead and introduce the band here. Starting on my right.
I'm Khalil. I play drums.
I'm Josh. I played bass on the EP, and I will be playing a second guitar on the new album.
I'm Adler, and I do guitar and vocals.
And I'm Lee, and I'm the new bassist.
So you guys are releasing an EP. It's probably at the time of broadcast already released, and we're here to talk about all of the stuff on it. What? Any inspirations for this particular EP?
Do you want to go and you want to start with me?
Yeah.
Wait, is this about to be released before this comes out? Is it out?
It's releasing
I
on
have the
30th.
CD.
Josh missed the assignment.
Josh, no, let's do inspirations and start with Khalil and go this way.
Yeah, I got a lot out of like avant-garde Herbie Hancock. You know what I mean?
He listened to Chameleon like 3 times.
That's a great. No, really, it's a good question. I think that I try to come into it with a lot of waltzy stuff. Like a lot of more I'm not really used to playing triplet type beats, and that's
Sorry.
so no, it's okay. In a way, I was forced to it, but I was really pleasantly. You know what I mean? It was a nice challenge for me to just chill right there, and it was really pleasing without being too much, if that makes any sort of
Just
sense.
a bit outside the comfort zone.
Yeah, a little bit outside the comfort zone, but still just doing exactly what's necessary, and
Right.
it felt good.
Yeah,
Nice.
sure.
So I played bass on the album or the EP, and thankfully a lot of the parts were already written for me and stuff. But the parts that I did have some inspiration on, or I did get to kind of throw my inspiration into there. I take a lot of that from Unwound, honestly. That band just, oh god, they're so fucking good. You gotta believe that. Sorry, that Unwound is so
good.
so good, so very good,
Yeah.
so cussing good. Yeah, I don't know. There's one song in particular. I think the song is named "Killing Stars." That bass line was basically probably ripped straight out of it's just whatever Unwound songs live in my brain.
One of the best bass lines I've ever heard. By the way, I'm just not to toot our own horn.
I hate that song.
The bass goes crazy though.
The bass does go crazy.
Not to toot our own horn, but
Yeah, not to toot their own horn, but it's probably the best bass line I've ever heard.
Probably the paddle drop.
oh no.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catalyst. That's where I was at the time. I don't know. It was Catalyst, and it was just all the screamo that's happening right now. There's too much to even name. There's so much scene stuff happening right now. Going to shows made me. I feel like Catalyst made me want to start a band, and then going to Catalyst with you and Lee was just made me so happy.
Well, yeah, we went to the Catalyst show. That was actually the first show going experience I had with Adler, going to Catalyst. But we saw So Concerned, and I think that actually informed a lot of our not necessarily we were trying to do what they did,
They're so
but
different.
they kind of pushed us to almost be
A little
unorthodox
different,
in a way.
They're really, really good.
Yeah, they gave you some inspiration.
And that's how we met our current bassist, or not met, but that was our my first show going
First
experience,
hangout,
also with our
yeah.
current bassist Lee.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Inspirations for the EP?
I don't have any
Lee?
inspiration. I'm new here.
Yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
After we talk about the EP, we could probably talk about the upcoming stuff, huh?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after.
Yeah. Let's seed that in their minds for now, as I'm going to play the first track of this
Okay.
album.
No way.
Self-Infliction. Here's that.
This is a long one.
So that was Self-Infliction. Now, what inspired the name of that particular song?
The name of that song comes from the lyrics, but the lyrics are about like I was really upset about something and we were walking in the woods. And so the lyrics are all like stuff I saw walking in the woods, and I was like really upset, but it was like no big deal. And I was like, I'm putting this upon myself. You know what I mean? That's literally the whole song. It's like a 4-bar poem. It's really short.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that mellow beginning of the song, and then it kind of leads into that scream. Is there anything behind that, or was it just kind of a nice musical thing?
That was like one of the first songs we ever played.
Yeah, it was.
And it was like I had that little plucky melody. I think it was like before I really knew how like the plucky melody thing worked.
Yeah.
But it like worked in its favor in that way. It's like really simple and nice.
Yeah, it did. It dragged. I think like to a point where it was like, okay, like
yeah,
like I wanna slam my drums right here, but I just know it's like not yet.
Yeah, and it was so,
You know,
so it's like so long. And just like we
Yeah.
repeated those first like, couple parts like a lot of times, and then it was like, I don't know. I just written like those couple parts, and then that like faster part
Well,
right
that
after,
was-
and it just kind of like came together.
Well, that was like one of the few songs I feel like you wrote where, because that was Adler's writing credit right there, and that was one of the few songs where like they just had that one riff, and through a span of maybe 5 practices,
Like, played it a little
yeah,
more.
it
a
was
little
like,
more.
okay, wait a minute, like we're just gonna keep on feeling this out until it's a whole song, and it eventually became that.
For sure.
And wasn't it always meant to be like an album opener? We never.
Kind of. We were like, this
we
one's
never played it
so
live.
slow, and we never played it live. Yeah, this
Never.
one's so slow. It kind of has to be like an intro song. I think it worked out nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes right into We Can See Foggy. It's pretty cool.
Oh fuck. Bleep that.
Bleep, bleep.
PTSD song for sure.
Speaking of We Can See Foggy, that is right up next. Second song on the album. Here it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So that
closer to your
was
microphone, Doc.
We Can See Foggy, the traumatic song for the drummer, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
so
about it.
traumatic.
It's arm and leg and foot and earlobe and everything work out. It's rough.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
someone was like standing behind you with a whip the whole time. Like,
Yeah, it really did feel like that, honestly. You know, like I remember there were practices where we were trying to like figure out the nuances and whatnot. I'm like, dude, I'm not about to play this for a
can't play
sixth
this
time.
one again.
I'm falling apart.
I'd be like, oh, wait, I messed up. Can we start over?
That
I hate you
ridiculous
guys.
intro.
I hate y'all.
yeah.
The snare roll intro
Yeah.
is crazy.
The real test of patience, but
For
yeah,
sure.
you know, it came out on the album, and that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it sounds good.
It was so fun for me to play. It was fun for Adler to play. Adler always wanted to start off with this one.
Because it's like a vocal warm up for me for some reason. The lyrics are like they're
Right.
very straightforward.
Gotcha,
And
yeah.
it's just like a really easy song to like start yelling to. I don't know, and I don't do like actual vocal warm ups. So
Well, and we opened up, I think, every single one of our
every
shows with
single
the
song
song.
with the song. Yeah.
No, it gets the crowd going. Yeah,
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah,
it's
it's,
like
it's always.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
we've
Yeah,
been
that
very
song did
blessed
sound
with
very
that one.
familiar.
Yeah, for sure.
sure.
Without a
Because
doubt.
regardless, if you were there for the start of the set, you've heard this song.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
every show.
I think any one of our friends who are not going to hear that, no spoilers. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Or spoiler alert, but for any fans that, not fans, but any friends, you know what I'm saying?
Our 5 fans.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like our 2 fans.
It's Christian.
I was
For the
saying,
Yeah.
2
you got
fans
more
out
fans
there,
than
you
me.
might get a little thrown off.
It's actually just 4 accounts, and they're all run by Christians.
I was saying, you got more fans than that.
Yeah.
Paul just across the way. He's like very excited about everything that's going on.
There we go. That's our 6th
awesome.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank
got
you, Paul.
6, dude. We really did it.
So I heard that it was $35 that occurred for the mastering of this beautiful,
Thank
beautiful
you.
EP.
$35.
Shout
Thank you,
out.
Okay,
September.
Dude, shout out to September.
Shout out
When I
September.
heard that this was gonna cost $35, I was not expecting very much, but I was really impressed.
Yeah, no, they are doing. Can I say God? on
Yeah,
this?
say God's
They're-
word.
They are doing God's work for the scene out of Eugene, Oregon, like for real.
Dude.
Shout out Visions and Blindness.
Shout out Visions and Blindness.
Shout out
Shout
We're
out
the
Rest-
Currency.
Shout out September.
We're the
Shout out
Currency.
September.
We gotta
Shout out
coordinate.
Rest
Shout out Rest Without Relaxation.
Rest Without
There we go.
Relaxation, absolutely. Shout out September's new digital project. It actually sounds fire. I really like that.
Trans-dimensional entity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very indicative of the punk scene that this mastering came for $35 in
No,
an
yeah,
entirely
she
different
is.
town.
It's
She's
the thing.
amazing.
It's true. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I think it's out of her house. I think too.
Is that so?
That
I
wouldn't
think
surprise
so.
me.
It's like a living room setup. It's really rad.
But I
From
mean,
what
you-
I've
seen,
you guys
I don't know.
recorded everything in your shed.
We recorded in the
It's
shed. It got
true.
mixed in a living room.
Try to match the energy.
I think. I don't know.
Well, something that's kind of interesting to me is like we recorded all these songs really early on.
Yeah.
So it's like we recorded.
as we
I think
wrote
that we
them.
recorded most of these songs by like March or April, but we didn't really start playing shows like consistently till over the summer. So it kind of represents us at a more amateurish stage where it's like by the end of the summer, like these songs, like they were so tight and so kind of I don't know. There's so much more like life and energy to them, like when we played them live.
Yeah.
Right.
It really makes a difference getting comfortable with whatever you're writing. You know,
Yeah.
At that point, you're just kind of having fun.
Yeah,
When you're not,
exactly.
dying behind a drum set for sure.
Right.
I like. Yeah, I think like I hated my vocals on this project until September. Fine-tuned them like 4 times at the very end of the mixing process.
Mm-hmm.
I hated them. I was like, I need to go back and redo all of them. But now I'm like,
Well,
whatever.
part of that might have came from like your like development too as like a vocalist, right? Like,
I've gotten better at screaming and different at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
also
Yeah.
like a lot of the bands you like, you kind of like the placement of the vocals in the mix to be a little bit different. It's
It
not, you
ended
don't
up
want to be
good,
so
I think.
upfront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge thing for me. I'm very particular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Were
some
you happy
Saint
with
Sophie lore
Yeah,
for
Saint
those of
Sophie
you
lore.
who haven't already known this. They weren't always Saint Sophie.
Oh. No, we have to pull up some messages from Josh, dude.
we were originally the Blobs, you know?
Blobs.
We could have been
Oh
the
my
Blobs.
God.
is a good
That's
one.
actually a great name, and everyone hated
No, it's not.
it. Dude, you could do the blobs, you could do the
Rough.
purple blobs, you could do something the blobs. I don't know.
The
like-
man-eating
it was
blobs.
Like here's the thing,
Yeah.
like it's like a classic movie monster that there's no band named after it, and it's a fucking blob. I think it's cool.
What was it? was it Killing Stars?
It was Killing
for a
Stars.
minute?
Dude, but
For a
I
very
hated
short
Killing
minute.
Stars.
You
Now
came up with it.
I came up with it and I instantly hated it.
Did you actually?
So he wanted it to be the Killing Stars. And I was like, no.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So I like to see sci-fi books, and I heard about this good sci-fi book called The Killing Star, and I kind of like the sound of that. And then it kind of became The Killing Stars, and then Killing Stars. Nadler's like, we're killing stars tonight. I'm like, this is completely the wrong
It
vibe
went the
than I
opposite
thought.
direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still a song though, and it's the one I don't
It's
like.
true. So you got the name you liked,
Yeah.
but we got the song we liked.
Yeah, I don't like that song that
Yeah.
much.
Nice.
I don't like playing it. I
Yeah.
don't like how it sounds.
Well, guess what? Sucks for you. We're about to
Yeah,
play
we're
it.
about to
Here's song number 3 on the EP, Killing Stars. All right, I hope that didn't hurt too much.
No, it's fine.
Oh, good. So, so the name Saint Sophie comes from Sophie Scholl's, right?
That's right. Sophie Scholl.
Sophie Scholl.
I can't
My
pronounce
mistake.
it right.
Sophie Scholl. She was a young German anti-fascist who lived during World War II. She was executed at the age of 21 for distributing pamphlets against the Nazis in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must not be forgotten at all costs. Or
Absolutely
must be remembered at all
not.
costs. That's what
Absolutely.
I just want everyone to understand that Saint Sophie is rooted in an anti-fascist
We can get
ideology.
political.
Yes.
Half my songs are about like trans stuff.
Yeah, we support our trans friends.
Yeah.
Fully. Let that be known.
What's the song that
So,
trans people are my friends?
Hey.
Trans songs can catch these hands.
Yeah, that's basically us.
That's all
Shout
of our
out Danny
songs.
Brown.
Shout out Danny Brown,
Shout out
and the
Anthony
original
DeVos.
guy who made that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Anthony DeVos.
Yeah.
That song I'd written it, and it's like really simple. They're like dun 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 dun, and Anthony was like, "You should play it like dun dun dun," and I was like, "Okay," and then I changed it, and so the original files of all that song is all called Anthony's song, and because I wrote it at his house.
That's why you guys always called it Anthony.
Yeah,
I never caught that actually.
Yeah, I was having sleepover at his house, and with him and my friend Mo Lang, and yeah, so that one's Anthony's song because I was playing it on his guitar.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've noticed that there's kind of a community that's developed around you. It seems in its way. I mean, that whole B Street Pier show. There was so much turnout.
All my friends, and
Yeah,
then their
that was a
friends.
surprise.
Yeah, that was a surprise. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
my sister found out about it.
Wow. Yeah. How old is your sister?
My sister is 16 as of time of
Okay.
recording.
Do they go to the high school?
Not anymore.
Okay,
They're elsewhere. They don't want to get near that.
That's valid.
Valid.
Very valid.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. As a high school goer.
Right.
Place sucks.
But yeah, I was very surprised. I know some people I hadn't seen in a long time at that show.
Yeah.
That I did not expect, like
Bunch of people I've never met.
Dorian Choina.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dory did the art for the EP. Shout out Dory for doing the art.
Yeah,
It's
shout out
beautiful.
Dory.
Shout out Dory. Big shout out.
How could I forget? Yeah, shout out Dory. It's beautiful. Did all of the art for the EP, the front, the back, and then the inside is like her. She did the inside, but I wrote all the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did everything for the EP.
Absolutely killed it. You know what I'm saying?
They murdered the art. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this on air. We should do a video.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
gonna look at all four of you and surreptitiously wink because you can't see that on audio. But now you've heard it. You've heard me wink.
Big wink.
I've got cameras.
Oh yeah, sure.
Are you talking about like a music video?
Yes.
Dude,
I would love.
I'm a videographer.
actually,
for a
there's a song off the upcoming album that's about a clock. I was like, we should do a music video with a clock.
I'm with it.
Okay, cool.
I'm 100%
That's it.
with
That's
it.
all it is.
It goes like tick
Video.
tock
Music.
on the clock, but the party don't stop.
Is that-
No.
That's how it goes.
Yep. Spoilers. Surprise.
Yes,
Just a little
but I
sneak
feel like
peek.
Surprise! They're all Kendra covers.
Wake up in the morning.
The upcoming album, by the way, is just like a cover album
Kesha.
of like
Yeah.
2000s pop.
Yeah.
Kesha. I said Kendra.
Let this go on record. We
Yeah,
are
we're
not.
Ke-
We are not continuing Pug Goes Pop. Okay.
Yeah. Oh god. No. Yeah. That trend like turned me off.
We're
Of
letting that die.
That's awful.
You're
pop
telling
punk,
me-
emo, everything.
You're telling me you're not a Kesha cross Jimmy Buffett cover band?
Ooh,
I wish.
that would be sick.
Pour out a margarita for
I'm
Jimmy
good.
Buffett.
I'm good.
I saw Jimmy
whatever
Buffett.
they wanna
You
do.
You saw Jimmy
I
Buffett
saw Jimmy Buffett live.
with your Fender surf guitar.
Dude, I saw Jimmy Buffett, and I was like pretty young. I was in Japan still, and all I can remember from that concert is I stood in line for like 2 hours to get a cheeseburger back when I ate meat, and then someone hit me with a beach ball, and the cheeseburger flew out of my hand. I was pissed. I was so mad.
How's Japan's cheeseburger game?
Oh, fire! Like really,
Nice.
really good.
Dude, how's their
yeah.
Jimmy Buffett like lookalike game?
It wasn't the real Jimmy Buffett.
It was
Like a fake.
no. Just imagine everybody
No, I
showing
saw-
up looking like they all got like the
I don't know,
Hawaiian
dude, I
shirt.
was pretty
You got
young.
the Tommy Bahama.
No, I was pretty young. I also saw Khalid.
Khalid?
Yeah.
The pop,
singer,
yeah,
the
pop
singer.
singer.
Yeah.
I saw him on my bass.
Roller coaster.
He did.
Yeah, right.
What? There was like one song that was really popular in like
Was it
elementary
was
school.
that roller coaster? I thought.
No, it was this other one. I'm not gonna sing it. I don't
Yeah.
know it, but you know.
No,
yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on track.
Yeah. So, Lee, you've been kind of like following the group around for a while, but now you're in.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Our favorite
Yeah,
roadie.
she was just like hanging out, like taking weird videos of us.
Yeah, he's been.
Yeah, what's that like? Being
Bushes.
kind of like almost just the shadowy presence lurking behind them, and then now you're in the spotlight.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would call myself a shadowy person.
No, dude, you're literally roadie.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Khalil, where I knew like Christian and Adler from home, and I wasn't living in Crescent City at the time when we first started hanging out again. And they were like, "Hey, let's go to Rampart. Let's go to this show." And it ended up being
The Catalyst Show united
Yeah,
us
the
all.
Catalyst show.
Christian couldn't make it because he had work or something.
No, I thought he went to that one.
No, dude, it was me, you, Amy, and
Oh
Khalil.
no, you're right. That was the
Yeah.
other one that we went to. Yeah.
Shout out Hot Stuff Productions. For real.
We had to really wrestle Lee into getting into the band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's the other thing is I am not a musician.
I disagree.
I'm learning bass for the first time. All of this is extremely new to me.
He's killing it.
So I'm
Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
He's
Getting
murdering. He's murdering.
Yeah.
Dude.
Best basses alive.
For real. No, straight up.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah, love to see it.
Yeah, we love to see it.
We love a first time king.
If you're not a musician, I'm not either. Like, real.
okay, but you write music.
Yeah, real talk. I'm not either.
I just want to say I haven't written anything yet. Also,
Yeah,
none of this is written
strong.
by me.
Yeah.
This is all written by Adler or Khalil or Josh.
Khalil writes some crazy good bass lines.
Yeah.
Especially the upcoming album's going to have a bunch of Khalil bass lines on it.
Yeah, but Lee plays
Shout
them
out.
And Lee
exceptionally
plays them.
well.
Shout out Lee.
Shout out Lee. Shout out Bootsy Collins, and shout out like whoever else knows how to play bass in the world. Yeah.
This is
Right.
getting so random.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is kind of an eclectic band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
This is very indicative. All of wherever this goes is very fitting. I
Yeah,
would say.
seriously.
Yeah,
Just remembering everyone that showed up it was such an eclectic crowd. I saw some hippies that I did not think I'd see at this show.
Dude.
Like people I know. I'm like,
We went to
"What are you
Denny's
doing
after
here?"
that show. We went to Denny's after that show.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone who went to Denny's.
Shout
with us.
out to the waitresses that put up with our shit.
Seriously.
That was
Yeah.
gnarly.
No,
Yeah.
shout out everyone that
Shout
got
out to the
beat
one that
up
came
at
and had
that
a
show.
cigarette.
Yeah,
Because
people
I saw
really-
some crazy videos of people
you know-
falling. It was like a lot of kids
Yeah.
from my high school's first mosh pit, and they fell hard on the ground. Like Lee fell really hard on the ground.
Christian fell on top of me.
Oh my, yeah.
I think the funniest part about that was that like I remember jumping up on the mic and telling everybody like, hey, respect each other, don't don't hurt each other. As soon as we start, people are on the ground getting like stood up and stuff.
Shout out
Yeah.
Travis for being the only real punk in Crescent.
Shout out Snakehead.
Shout out
Shout out
Snakehead.
Snakehead. Dude, they've been, absolutely.
I mean, looking back at the GoPro footage on that, it was absolutely insane.
I'm sad that I didn't get to like be there for it low key because I was like playing and I was
yeah.
so focused. It was like our first show, kind of.
But that was like it was beautiful because that was a plan that I had with previous musicians I had worked with. They weren't totally like excited about it. We ended up like kind of simultaneously bringing it up together, like as a band, Saint Sophie, and I was like, yeah, dude, I love the idea of it. Like I've been talking about it forever, and we talked it into existence, and it was awesome.
I cannot believe we didn't
I
get
can't
kicked
believe
out.
it happened.
Yeah.
It was like 10 p.m. We were already loaded up driving out in the van, and someone was like, the sheriff got called, and we were like,
It was quick.
Yeah.
we were
Oh,
out
well.
there.
Best part was the sheriffs showing up super late. And,
Yeah,
like
well,
it
not
was
showing
weird
up, I
because they
wasn't there.
started, well, the sheriff started cracking down on a lot of people like in that area afterwards. And I feel like it had something to do with,
talk about gas.
Yeah, right.
I feel like, yes, exactly. Yeah. So we'll
Rest
get,
in peace. That.
but I feel like
show.
that had something to do with like maybe the cops showing up a little too late. You know what I mean?
That
Like,
was
I can imagine their
disaster.
higher ups weren't too happy about that. But
Yeah, well, I mean,
We were.
knowing
Oh, I
what
was
little I
stoked.
know, being a journalist around here,
Yeah.
we're a little underfunded.
Yeah.
Or underfunded in the
Like in the
in the right places for that to happen.
I fully agree.
Good.
For us,
Good.
yeah. that was
Yeah.
well.
Defund the police. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry, but good.
Don't be sorry.
The radio,
No,
the
go ahead.
Crescent City folk are not
I'm just
gonna
trying to
listen.
be a
Yeah.
neutral center ground. You say whatever you want.
First Amendment
Defund the
radio,
police.
this is what we're
Yeah.
like, just go off.
Yeah,
right?
except you can't cuss.
Yeah, the FCC is a complaint-based organization. Thank you, everyone who's
They're gonna
listening.
kick me off for saying that. They don't like that around here.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
Don't worry, most of the old people just don't like hearing them youth saying the curse
Yeah, they're not
words.
gonna like us.
Did you hear what those teenagers said?
Yeah, sometimes it makes me feel like used gum. The FCC. So and
Kill that. We were getting a little too off track for your liking.
Wow.
Yeah, play used.
no. Here's the funny enough. The next song is used gum, the fourth song on the EP. Here it is. So that was Used Gum, fan favorite song.
Dude, for some reason people
Fan
like that one.
favorite.
I like that one, but like it's weird that that's like the one, you know.
I think it's got like a lot of empty space for like the crowd to kind of get involved.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning and the end.
They have, the beginning and the end, like, at some point, I feel like people will be yelling those ones a little more, especially after, like, the lyrics come out.
Yeah.
'Cause no one's been able to read the lyrics until, like, the CD pamphlets, you can kind of read them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the lyrics are missing because there wasn't enough space.
Right.
But it's, like, repeats that are just changed a little.
Mm,
You can
mhm.
figure it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely I guess reminiscent of a sea shanty in the way that you can just do it.
Yeah, that's a good way to almost like.
Yeah.
You know, like because those songs were made so that you could do it to a rhythm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the guy
for
would
sure.
he'd lead it, and then everyone would chant as they're doing X thing, and there was a timing to it.
Right.
Except
And it's just a
punching
human
each other.
experience. Yeah, a
Right.
human experience. Just
Right.
find a rhythm and shout it.
Or it'll be like, I don't know if you've seen a lot of videos of like screamo shows, but there's always that song where everyone's just like yelling the lyrics and
Yeah.
like, putting their hands in
Right.
the air, and
Definitely
like
gotta
it's
be
not
this
even as
one.
like mosh pity, but it's just
Nah.
like like crowd chant.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
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 That one became we ended up calling it transition for a little while internally because during our shows we combined that with another song. We would
Which
go
is later on the-
straight into
Same
so
thing
we would play the
Same
one song that's
everywhere.
later on the EP and then just without stopping just go straight into the next one.
It's pretty cray.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's pretty it's
Very
good.
satisfying. Definitely like one of the more satisfying
Yeah.
like, points of like playing for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that was like definitely something that we couldn't have done when we started playing. But after having played that those songs like a lot, it was like I don't know, it was just like we were all just kind of tuned into it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So the lyrics, a lot of people are shouting them. What do they mean? Like, where are they coming from?
I don't know if I can talk about this on air.
Okay.
It's like yeah, it's pretty personal. It's just like relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about losing someone.
Mm,
That's
mhm.
pretty much all I
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah. That's
And
yeah, fair
also,
enough.
well, part of it is also about wanting to like be different. I'm trans.
Right.
Part of it is all my songs. There's like chunks of lyrics
Mhm.
about wanting to
Yeah.
look different, to sound different.
Yeah.
There's a line that's it's want to be unrecognizable, change my face and my hair. And that's like one of the lyrics in there. It's like, yeah, that's what it's
Mhm.
about. It's about losing someone. It's about relationships, and it's about being trans. They're all
Yeah.
about being trans.
Yeah. I mean, in art, you tend to put yourself.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
totally get that. I
And
mean,
that's like when Christian read it for the first time. Like Christian's my best friend, and he read it for the first time. And he called me, and he was reading all the lyrics and like listening to all the songs, and he was just like really stoked to like realize that they're all like really personal experiences and stuff. So, yeah, that was heartfelt.
yeah.
I remember hearing it a lot and kind of like witnessing Adler kind of going through this like both transition of self, but also like out of
My whole life, dude.
yeah, like and also out of like situationships or relationships and whatnot with certain people that might have been holding back that transition.
Right.
It almost
Yeah.
feels like just like from a listener's standpoint, like bit of a release, bit of a closure piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Favorite little
Yeah. I
butterfly.
think I
What's
would
that?
have.
Favorite little butterfly.
Yeah, for sure. It's like my whole life since starting this band. My whole life's changed. Everything has changed, and I've been able to like be myself. And yeah, I'm happier. I'm more confident.
Yeah.
It's like everything has. It's just we've been playing this music as all this stuff changed in my life, and it's crazy, crazy.
It's really fascinating to think about because I
Yeah.
remember there's a time in my life I think I would have really identified with the lyrics and the situation.
I hope to be like representative of any trans folk.
Oh, I
Especially
think
here.
I think
right now,
yeah.
especially here.
Especially
Oh
here.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
I think
Yeah,
that's the only
definitely.
reference
Yeah,
I wanna come out of
anyone,
this is
any
that-
gender queer people.
Yeah.
We love our trans friends.
Yeah, so do
love
we
it,
here
trans
at KFUG and Redwood Voice. We're
Yeah.
a big queer representer here.
Yeah.
Most of our I remember we've had at least 2 trans women come through our doors as staff and figure that out.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which is really great.
Yeah.
Now they've both moved on to other places. One's in Humboldt and still working for us, and the other one's off out in the world doing their thing.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
that
very
was about
supportive
for real.
workplace. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thanks,
Shout out
Paul.
Thanks, Paul, for being a
Paul
supporter.
Chris, my
Thanks for
guy.
loving us
Yeah.
gays.
Yeah, it's hard around here.
Definitely. Yeah, and I mean we have some really good folks around here for that.
Yeah.
Thomas Kellum over at the Delmort Art Gallery, the 2nd Street Art Gallery. He's with Queer Humboldt.
Oh,
and
okay.
he's kind of the local coordinator for the
Oh,
resources.
Shout out Queer Humboldt. There's the ones that approached us when we were getting the hot dogs.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, we were getting hot dogs,
We
dude.
actually met one of the people who does.
I got a
lot
vegan
of,
hot dog.
They actually like directly like work for the nonprofit.
It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I know
Was
Thomas
it a
Kellum does
veggie
too.
dog?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
But
weird.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah?
some kind of weird veggie
Yeah,
dog,
yeah.
sausage
They're fun.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little vegan dog.
Shout out that hot dog stand.
Yeah.
Tofurkey
out
dog.
vegan corn dogs.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Tofurkey
It was
dog?
a Tofurkey dog, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was good, dude. Shout out Arcada.
Yeah, Arcada's tight.
Yeah. What's that coffee shop we went to? It's like $9.50 for a coffee. Like,
Oh my God,
not
was that
don't
cafe?
shout out that place.
No.
That place sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not shouting out
Hey,
that place.
shout out to the
It's good,
barista
but
though.
they're
She had
so
nice
expensive.
earrings.
She did have cool
She was
earrings.
cute.
We'll find her. We'll get her out of there.
All right. We'll free you.
Yeah, from that stupid coffee shop that charges way too
We'll
much.
free you from your little
$10
wage
for a
cage.
coffee.
You'll be free.
Can I keep going on my shout out rant? I was gonna say shout out Atira
Shout out
Shout out.
Atira.
Shout out
Thanks, Tira, for letting us
for
sleep on
letting
your
us
floor.
sleep
That was
on
really
her
sick.
floor of their
Absolutely.
bedroom.
Yes.
And shout out all of the rest of
shout
the
out
band
Cynicism,
members.
who's been like,
Yeah.
you know, their bass has been putting on a lot of shows at her house. You know,
Shout out Image Pit.
Shout out Image
Shout
Pit.
out Image Pit.
Put
Yeah.
us on hugely. It was like
Oh my
largely the
God.
reason why we were even
Let us
able to get a
headline.
show
Yeah,
in
definitely.
Arcata.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Image
They're
Pit's awesome.
Image
Shout
Pit's
out
amazing.
Dylan. Shout out Bart, right?
Is that his name?
Bartholomew. Yeah, for the longest
Shout
time.
out Bartholomew.
We didn't know the dude
So
from
sorry.
Image
We
Pit's
didn't,
name.
we didn't know
called him
Image
Bart-
Pit's
Bartholomew.
frontman's name for the longest time, so we
Oh.
called him Bart. and
For
it was,
sure.
Yeah, Bartholomew.
Yeah.
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 He
Rolls off the tongue.
gives that vibe.
Yeah.
His name's literally Dylan too.
Yeah.
It's not Bartholomew.
I'm sorry, Dylan.
Shout out Arcata Rollins.
It'd be cool.
Oh,
if
yeah.
Yeah, Arcata
Shout out
Rollins.
Arcata Rollins.
What else you want to shout out, Adler?
Dude, I have so many. Shout out. They don't have a. Wait, no. What's their band name now?
Oh well, they said Clement. Right?
Clement,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Originally, I don't know where they are now.
So good.
So good, incredibly good.
They're
Yeah.
up next for real.
Yeah, we're doing a
A split with them, hopefully.
with a band, a local band in Arcata.
I think we
who-
should make a weekend to like go down there and record.
absolutely,
Dude,
yeah,
now you're talking.
absolutely.
I want to play in
Down to
Atira's
Arcata.
bedroom. Yeah.
The,
Shout out those guys.
when we all get a free weekend together, it's happening. I'm telling you
Yeah,
right now.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that I'm already interested.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
through.
They're
Right?
really good.
Yeah, I work on Saturdays every week,
Nice.
unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
We'll
not
get you down there.
nice.
We practice
Yeah.
on Sundays, bro.
Don't worry. We're
Right,
gonna keep the
I'll
shitty
figure it out.
Sebastian.
I got a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like the punk community's really accepted you into the
Dude,
space.
everyone's so nice.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
already
people
such
are
an
really
accepting
amazing.
So
space.
nice.
Everyone's been so supportive.
I haven't like heard any mean things. Maybe people are saying mean things behind our backs.
You know,
I don't know.
just comes with it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
people, they're always gonna have their opinions, but as far as I can tell, we've
Nothing
been
but nice.
super fortunate to have really good feedback
Yeah,
from a
for
lot
sure.
of respectable artists themselves as well. You know, who was that? There was that one art, "We Are the Currency." I saw that video. Of
We're the
them, like,
Currency.
going crazy to the EP. I thought it was the Goose.
Oh no, those guys are awesome. I
They're
met
so
them
nice.
at I met them both. I met the guitar player and the drummer who live in Eugene, and the other one lives in Washington somewhere. I don't remember the vocalist.
I thought that you were like tight, like homies with them or something like that. or, like,
I met them
people-
once, and they're really
Wow.
nice. Just really
Wow.
nice people.
Mm, yeah.
And We're the Currency and Visions and Blindness at Kaika's band is touring in December.
I love it.
Kaika put me on. I went to my first ever hardcore show in Eugene, and my friend Kaika, who I met skateboarding, let me sleep at his house, and just was super nice, super cool, and put me on to like screamo, and that's kind of how I started like wanting to have a band, because he was starting his band Visions and Blindness. They're really good.
Shout
That
out
was such a
Visions
good
and
show.
Blindness. Shout
Yeah,
out
that
was such a
Icon.
good
We went to
show.
see their first ever show, yeah, and then shortly after, like we couldn't make it, but they played with Versus Self, which is one of my favorite bands. Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Party Hats and Numb Ears, which are two of my other favorite bands.
Yeah, well, all I ask is that you have me, involved.
That's another
Speaking
slick
of that-
transition.
Speaking of that, that's the next song on the EP here. Song number 5. All I ask. Any insights before we run this, or should we just run it and talk about it
Right.
after?
Let's talk about it later.
Let's talk about it later. All right, here's that. All right, we're back from that song. So, I don't know what to ask. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it speaks for itself.
I really like the middle part of that song. I think it came together nicely.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. That one just always really hit for me, and especially September's mix
Oh my
on it.
god,
It
the
just
mix
sounds
is
so
good.
good.
The
Sounds
mix
great.
is good.
Yeah.
Lee, your thoughts?
My thoughts. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not super like familiar with the distinction
names.
of the names of
Yeah.
all the older songs.
Yeah.
I kind of just love all of them. I'm here for all of them.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And all the new ones.
Right.
That one actually kind of relates to the conversation we were having just prior. The lyrics are literally all I ask for is an open mind.
Yeah.
The mind's not so open.
It's all
Yeah.
about.
That's
Yeah.
it. Everyone's judgmental, and we all are getting over judgment. That's it.
Word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all.
We've had a lot of not me personally, while I've been in this band, but I've heard a lot of Adler's experiences about just people being upset over absolutely nothing. Really, when you think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people being like oddly aggressive over stuff that they just simply don't agree with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really necessarily like have any sort
It's
of
intense.
It's a few shows
Um,
we've been to.
it doesn't have any sort of effect on their own lives, you know,
Right.
on their own
Yeah.
well-being. They're just choosing to be upset. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it,
Same.
it
Love
reflects
yourself,
more
love
on
your
them
neighbors.
than it does on
Yeah.
the people they're upset at.
Right.
I thought shows were like always a safe space until I went to this one show at Rampart. I went to a show at Rampart that was like the best show of my life.
It was more of a metal show.
And then I went to this
also,
show and it was like all metal bands. And I didn't
Yeah.
realize there'd be like a distinction, like a difference. It was like I was
in the crowd. At
in the
least, yeah.
crowd and like the people that were there, and I was wearing a skirt, and like a crop top and makeup, and this dude, I don't want to say,
I have,
you know.
I have no idea who this dude was. but he
some
was
dude and
very
like
obviously
super drunk because they gave out free beer at the
Yeah.
show to adults, and super drunk and like wearing a big Carhartt jacket and like sagging his jeans, and he like was targeting me in like the pit. But the pit wasn't really it was
No.
weird.
It
And
was-
so he
yeah.
he grabbed me by the neck once, and I was like, oh, that guy's weird, I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And then I was behind him watching him before a song came on, and once the song came on, he literally like turned around and like palmed me in
Yeah.
the face. And so
Not
I got like
rude.
hit in the face, and then he tried to like take me to the ground, and he was so drunk that I just ran straight past him all the way through the crowd. I got up on the stage and was like screaming and like flipping him off because I've never been punched before. It was a weird thing. I was like, this is super odd, and screaming and just completely frantic because this dude punched me in the face for no reason.
Yeah.
And then
So it was an all ages event as
It was
well.
an all-ages
There was
show.
there was like 5-year-old kids there, and this
Yeah.
dude was like
asshole.
targeting minors
Absolutely
for no
crazy.
reason.
But yeah.
Yeah.
He
To
got
set the
what was coming
record,
to
you were
him.
like 16 at the time, right?
Yeah, that was about a year ago.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, you're as much as I hate to say it, you're going to see that a lot.
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
especially weirdly further south.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, it was
Humboldt.
weird because I
People are
thought being
bold
in
out there.
Arcata I'd be good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But no.
Ferndale has a particular pastor who is very not into queer and trans folks.
We'll
Awesome.
be more prepared next time.
Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do have to
We'll
stay
bring
and
an
alert.
that's
altitude
that's
adjuster.
its
It sucks.
own
It's like I.
mess.
Yeah.
Because like some of the stuff down in Ferndale is really cool, and then you got that.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm trying to remember what it's called, but there's this venue that is in an old church.
Oh.
They
that sounds
they
fun.
gutted an
Really
old
play
church,
French
put a
show
bar in there and
Yeah.
a stage.
No,
and
it
it's
sounds
like,
super fun though.
I think it's called the Old Steeple,
Dude,
okay.
but it's like
there.
super tight. And
Yeah.
I went there
There.
for World Goth Day, and it was
Like,
so
yeah.
crowded.
World
Oh.
Goth Day.
Dude, now we know
Yeah.
where to tour when we
Invite
want to.
me.
I was
Hang out in Ferndale.
swimming in people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I immediately had to leave. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, valid.
Like there wasn't even music going on. There was just a person like juggling on the stage, and there was so many people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool though.
yeah, it's a really cool spot if you can get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Are we-
but it's certainly not the same everywhere.
yeah. There
Oh
you go.
my god.
That one was actually like
Yeah.
really good.
That one was better than all I asked. That one was better.
Oh, that one was good. Okay.
Well, there's that song right on again. The sixth song, the second to last on the EP, Same Everywhere.
crazy. How unconstitutional is that? Like, you can be like, you know what? Actually, no. You have a book about like queers, like stuff. No, kids don't need to learn about that. Like, go away. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what that song is about. Is how it sucks everywhere and there's injustice.
Yeah, sucks
As
everywhere.
we're back on the mic
Yeah.
for that last little bit of,
Yeah.
of that. It's rough out here.
It is rough. It's rough out here, but then
Rough out
again,
here.
like it's rough everywhere you go as like a queer person. I feel like people just have to look over their shoulder.
Yeah.
Cause
I
it's
mean, I've
scary.
been lucky as a straight passing non-binary person.
Yeah.
That people
But-
don't hate crime me.
But,
But
still, like if you pull up
Word,
anywhere in
word.
makeup, like
Yeah.
people look at.
I also passed the other way, so I'm extremely lucky.
To be fair,
Yeah.
every time you post on Instagram, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Your last photo shoot was
Yeah.
actually so dope.
yeah, you look
Yeah.
great.
Shout out to Sarah
Yeah,
for
shout out
that.
Sarah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
very cool.
Sarah's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that you did a
Thanks.
photo shoot with her, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I was
at
super
my
happy to
house.
see that.
Yeah,
You know what I
after
mean?
the Gasky show that we attempted.
Yeah,
Bummer.
great pictures from that.
Attempted.
Great pictures though. Yeah.
Little pictures there were great ones,
Might do
like
it.
like just you in full clown and
Well,
then
that was
That was dope.
funny
the
because
ranger
that was,
behind, just
Right.
like
That ranger
Fuck
was.
that ranger.
Yeah, that was
For real,
hilarious.
bleep that
dude.
one out.
That was the
Like-
best moment. I was so glad that she caught that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
You know what
that
I mean?
was
I'm
that
like,
was
I wasn't-
ridiculous.
It embodies just how exactly I was feeling about all of it.
I
just
was
wasn't taking
really
it
bummed
serious.
about that. Like seriously
Well,
bummed.
I was.
Yeah.
I felt that we were kind of on the lucky end of it because
Yeah.
we were the only people that showed up that day. Got essentially like barred from playing the show, but we still were able to have a show. You know, so
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
And shout out Sarah for catching that moment. You know,
Thank you, Sarah.
Just thank you.
yeah.
Time I gotta set up a better show.
Stuff after that came.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I kind of hope that as long as like Saint Sophie, is together and stuff that and hopefully even beyond that, that the queer community of Crescent City and Del Norte can find a safe space at our shows and
Hell
with
yeah.
each other, and that could be a basis for ongoing, solidarity.
Yeah.
You said the craziest thing I remember after the Pier show. You were like my biggest hope is that everybody that showed up to the Pier show just went home and started a band.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so too. I know they didn't, but that's okay.
Well, there's a couple
like,
of people
do
who
it
definitely
anyways.
got like.
Yeah, they're going.
Yeah, they got the idea. They definitely have.
Man, it's really
you
hard.
know,
though.
our
Shout
friends.
out Clement, shout out
the,
Blister
you know,
Sisters.
Our
Blister
friends.
Sisters.
Blister Sisters.
Oh yeah, Caro. I love Caro.
Well,
Shout out Carol.
we actually had older friends of mine too who are already in established bands that were saying that they actually like.
We're inspired.
Well, they had the inspiration to at
Yeah.
least take whatever they're doing a little bit more serious.
Right.
That was huge. I was like, yeah, that's kind of everything I hoped for.
For sure.
Actually, we've had a little bit of support from some of the like older generations,
Yeah,
older bands,
we
like
have.
Yeah,
Reese
just shout
out-
especially.
shout out Black
Yeah,
Rainbow.
yeah, Jeremy
Black
Farrell.
Rainbow.
Shout out
Yeah,
Black Rainbow.
Jeremy. I
So
remember
so
saying like
supportive.
he whispered to me, out of nowhere at my birthday show, at my friend Brennan's house. Shout out Brennan, but
Shout out
he
Brennan.
he said like you guys are the hardest band in Crescent City. How's it feel?
Oh,
Wow,
he said that.
He said that.
Who's
Wow,
He
that's
said
a compliment.
Who's he
Yeah.
dissing?
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
Who's he dissing in that?
I don't know. I think that he definitely was.
think he just
trying-
set you
yeah,
all on
I
a
think
pedestal.
it was like a
Band in
big like
Crescent
mass
City.
diss. I mean, we've dealt with a lot of like pretty saturated older artists out here who I
I'm
think
tired
have
of
gotten
seeing cover bands.
well,
man, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Cover
they're
bands.
not only tired of seeing cover bands, but I think what stops them from embracing original music is it not being quote unquote perfect, not being totally refined.
That's
Right.
the thing about
Um,
not being like
well,
punk. or,
Well,
like,
that's the thing is like even I feel like punks especially have this philosophy of like the refinement's gonna come with playing
With repetition.
yeah, with
dude, and
repetition,
I like I
consistency.
straight up
Wow,
perfectionism
repetition,
too much.
repetition.
Yeah. I feel like I
Yeah.
stray away from like punk. Even with the recordings and stuff, I'm like, I get too close to wanting to be a perfectionist. It's like, shut up.
Oh
We're working
yeah,
on
well
it.
I mean
We're
you
working on that.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean still having at least like the gall to just put it out, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Even
And
if
so
it's
much
not.
so much of your development has come from like playing live and all that.
Oh,
so it's,
yes.
Oh,
it's
without
not
a
even a
doubt.
matter
I
of,
learned
like,
Yeah.
it's a
guitar
matter of
so
being
fast because of
comfortable.
Khalil.
Yeah.
These shows were your first performances. You never like.
I've never
publicly
stood
spoken,
in
you
front
never
of
did theater,
anyone
right?
before. No.
Well, our
no.
first show ever was not even supposed to be. Like we had said, like,
Oh my God.
we're gonna stick to this, Pier show. That's gonna be our first show, and but
I was literally like at work shivering.
Yeah, I know,
I'm not
yeah.
even joking.
I know. We
I
had
was so scared.
So we had an
I was
opportunity.
freaking out.
We had our friends. It was Paul Westerman and Alex. I forgot his last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they reached out to me. I was supposed to do a solo set, and I'd asked them, "Well, I have a band. Can we actually like do this? As
Make
a
it a
band,
thing,
possibly? Yeah. You know what I mean?" And I asked them, and they were like, "I'm shitting bricks, but let's do it." And we did it. And it was a great decision. It turned out to be a really, really good move, I think.
Yeah, it was a fun show. It was really small, and like we brought the only energy out of anyone that played.
Oh,
there,
without a doubt.
unfortunately.
Like,
It was fun otherwise too, but like I feel like people there were like weirdly shocked that like people were moving to the music, and it was like all my friends. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, I mean Paul, like the last music scene, Paul over there, last music scene he saw was when he was young, and he is not a young man anymore.
No.
And he was like, the young people are making music again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad I've been like outside of here. I think if I was born here, I probably would have ended up a lot different. I'm like really grateful for my experiences outside of this town and country.
The whole experience really showed Josh's assertiveness, because they were trying to get us to play first. I was like, if that's what you guys want. And Josh was the one that was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, dude. No.
It's like, guys, like just went up to the other act and said, can you guys play before us? And I was like, yeah.
They're cool. Shout out them.
Yeah.
Shout out Radio Rice.
Shout out Radio Rice.
Yeah.
They actually are a lovely
Shout
duo.
out them.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're
really
great.
great.
Kellen and Jason are awesome. Or Kaylin and Jason.
Kaylin.
Yeah,
And
my
my
dad
dad
supported
plays
us
in
at
a-
other shows. They showed up to a couple of our shows.
Yeah, I think they were at the Pier show.
Yeah.
And Kalen's dad and my dad play together. They
Yeah,
play music.
yeah, shout out
Yeah,
Derek as
they
well.
did until
Yeah.
I think they moved
Yeah.
into the room that they play music in.
Shout out Josh.
Yeah. Shout out my
Shout out
dad.
Josh. Shout out Derek.
Shout out Derek.
Josh and Honey for
Yeah,
letting us
shout
be
out
really
Honey.
loud at their house.
Ever
Shout out my mom.
since that show, Derek has been especially cool to me at Safeway because that's
Oh no, yeah, I was seeing that Safeway.
It's really awesome.
One time I was like wearing my Descendant shirt and he was like, "Oh, I saw your shirt from like far away. I knew it was you. Like no one else in this town would wear a Descendant shirt." And I was like, "That's really funny."
I never expected a devout Christian to be into the Descendants, but that's
Dude, the
that's
Descendants
what
are
it is.
awesome.
They are
I
awesome.
love that
They're
band.
sick.
Their first album is so good.
Absolutely.
So what's it been like, Lee, seeing this band develop right before your
For real,
eyes?
like the whole time.
It's I mean, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. There's really, because I've lived here my whole life, so I see that there's really not much of motivation that goes into that. But I mean, after being around you guys and just seeing the energy that's going on right now, not even just here, but in Arcata too, because I feel like that's really what, like you said, got you to start like really writing music was like the scene in Arcata and everything. So
The scene, there's like a weird online global screamo scene right now. It's so interconnected through Instagram.
through over
It's
on
like-
the East Coast, through
yeah,
Catalyst
and
over here,
and like hot stuff and like
It's
dude,
really
there's so many
cool.
people that are documenting bands so well and like everyone's tight. Everyone's tight and cool and they
Tight.
do good things for the community. It's like a really cool scene. No one's not nice. Like everyone's really nice for some reason.
Oh, absolutely.
Except for the Her Love Beheads Daisies drama that's happening right now.
I have no idea about that. We're gonna talk about that later. But
Yeah,
I
literally.
have no idea about that. But
It's like we're sitting here, all these old folks are sitting here, we're watching the music scene, and it's like, how did we not notice
Okay.
that this is all happening?
I give that one a 3.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
oh, get out of here!
That's
No,
good.
That was
That was a
good. You hater. Yeah.
Anyways, last song on this EP, we're going to talk about the next EP that's coming after this, just following right up on it, right after this. And we're back. What a closer.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
It's different than the other ones for real.
Yeah.
That one, I in the chords. I was looking up like Midwest emo chords in standard E. And it was like kind of just came together. I'm not gonna lie. Like, shout out that one dude on YouTube. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, the acoustic dude, or
No, he does like all of these like Midwest emo like fancy tuning tutorials and stuff.
Oh,
But
nice.
It was like it was like essential Midwest emo chords in standard E, and I was like just messing with him, and I was like, oh, this sounds cool. And then it just went from there.
Just like a modern baseball groupie.
Yeah. Best way to put it.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
No, it doesn't sound like anything like Midwest emo either. It's
Not
just,
necessarily.
like,
No, I feel like
just
it's
like the
almost like
chords.
it's kind of weird. Like
Definitely
They're like open chords
Yeah.
though. Like yeah.
up until recently, I feel like there was like a more like almost dancey kind of song. in a
I do
way.
like that song. It's
Yeah.
like it was really different. I should have sent you like I have this old version of it before the band was together. I recorded that song. It's like way different. It's not arranged the same. Everything about it's different besides like those chords in the lyrics. Like the da-da-na-na-na-na is the same, but the lyrics are the same. And everything about it's different. I should have sent that over because it sounds horrible. Sucks.
I would say that sounds like
Yeah.
a spicy extra release for those who can find it.
Dude, I should have sent
Gotta
that
do like an
over.
ARG about it.
Yeah.
Like sticking on a USB underneath
Yeah.
the pier or something.
Yeah.
Like, in years from now, Nexpo is gonna make a video about like
Next
Like-
post. Shout out
Saint
Next
Sophie
post.
ARG.
Yeah.
Shout out Wendigoon, dude. That's our boy. That's
Me and Khalil met because of Wendigoon.
So the first thing me and Adler ever bonded over was actually
Oh
Wendigoon.
my
Yeah.
God.
Hell yeah.
Super
Put
fun.
it here,
Yeah. There we go. Straight up.
Straight up. No, we met in Wild
Shout out
Rivers
Isaiah.
Deli.
Yeah, and while we're so that's the funniest thing is that like the
And
whole
how
entire
Tempeh sandwiches.
yeah.
Wait,
that-
I thought you guys met at Inateka. You guys met
No,
at
dude,
no,
you met
it
at
was Wild
Deli?
Rivers. Yeah, the first time
No.
I ever met Adler, I remember they came in, I believe it was with their partner at the time.
Yeah.
And just, ordered a smoothie and we got off to talking about
Dude,
I don't
it was
even know
smoothies for a
what. Yeah,
while.
and I think they said like I like your earrings. I was like, you know what? I like yours too. And next thing you know,
It's the same
it just
ones, too.
Yeah,
The ones you're wearing
same
right
ones.
now.
Yeah, I
The
think-
classic.
Yeah, we
Signature.
went
Yeah, I
right
think those
back to it.
earrings
Yeah,
are
Classic
I
Khalil
guess.
earrings.
Those
Yeah.
classics.
Yeah,
No,
Khalil's
Adler's
iconic
wearing hers
earrings.
too. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think those are
obvious
the ears
butt
I
sucking
met
back
you
Khalil's
in.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I
And
know.
they're tight.
Thank you.
Iconic
Bulls.
earrings.
Bulls,
Yeah.
can't get rid of them.
And yeah, so I would go in there. I got like the school EBT weirdness that
Right.
happened because like
Oh,
the school
yeah.
lunches because of COVID. And so we had dude, I got like
Yeah,
a
my
bunch
sister
of
has one of
money
those. One of them
EBT.
little like
Cool.
cards.
Yeah, and so I would go. I spent my whole EBT on smoothies from Wild River and tempeh sandwiches.
Yeah.
I know what
That
you
is
mean.
what I would do.
Yeah,
if I had
olives.
that.
They're good.
with olives and sprouts on
There
a
we go.
sub roll.
There we go.
I'll never
Yeah.
forget. Yeah.
So we started adding like the what's it called? Like the garlic stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Aioli?
garlic aioli. I think
Yeah,
that was the
aioli.
last one I think I ever gave you had the garlic aioli on
Dude,
it.
the last
Yeah,
one, that was
yeah.
what a time.
Oh,
that was the last one I ate
put
for a
my
long time,
heart and
too.
soul into that last sandwich.
It's really funny.
And the last one
Garlic
that you gave me
aioli.
and Christian
Yeah,
before you
yeah.
quit.
Dude, he gave me because you were leaving Wild Rivers and
Right.
gave me a sandwich and it was the last one and I
It
was like,
bigger than my
man,
head.
it was
you,
good.
You can either air this or not, but I stole those sandwiches. Oh, I didn't pay for nothing.
It's okay. Wild River sucks.
I love
Yeah,
Wild Rivers.
anti shout out.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Wild
yeah,
Rivers.
shout out to Wild
Rivers.
Rivers.
Their
Interesting.
sandwiches are so good when
Shout out to
Khalil
their
makes them.
sandwiches. Shout out to their
Yeah.
deli.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out
like
to
the
the
folks that work in the
sandwiches
back
that
over
Khalil
there.
made.
Shout out
like
to when
Nick.
Khalil would make me thick
Oh, that was
smoothies.
the
Yeah.
homie. He's not
Yeah.
there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
big
he's not
fan of
there
all.
anymore.
He's somebody that's actually been on his own music grind out here
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
shout
Yeah,
out.
I grew up with Nick.
No
Like I was
kidding.
like this big, and he was like
Yeah, he's it's
super
funny.
massive.
Same. I remember the first time I'd ever really seen him play. I was 13 years old. With my auntie at the time, rest in peace. And she, brought me in. We were all three of us were unanimously huge Queens of the Stone Age fans. And Nick was playing with a couple of his friends, and they were all doing these Queens covers. But I was over here blown away just by the fluidity of it. You know? So yeah, that's somebody that I've always wanted to kind of see his own project
Music,
take
yeah,
off on.
like
I feel
original.
like he's I don't feel like he belongs too much in the cover world.
Mm,
You can
yeah.
choose to air that or not, but
Y'all gotta get out of doing covers.
without doubt,
We
yeah,
have
no more
never played
covers. Play your
one
own
cover. We
We
music.
have not
We've
played
never
one
played a cover.
cover.
Ever, nah.
I
Yeah.
brought these guys my music and we played it, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
actually, we
with
did
it.
cover. We did cover 2 songs.
What did we cover?
Okay, so
Oh,
our,
yeah, right.
our first show we
Lord.
covered that Modest Mouse song.
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
for the warm up for the
for the
pier.
warm-up.
Yeah, when we did
And
drama.
then-
That's not a cover.
Doesn't
It's
count.
not covered. It's a
Down,
warm
down,
up.
down, 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 down,
Yeah.
down,
Modest
down,
warm-up.
down, down.
A modest warm
Oh,
up, and then
got another one in.
we played. When we ran out of songs at the Arcada show, at Blondie's, we played like
Ramones.
we played a little bit of the Ramones.
Oh, we did start playing the remote, like the.
That was actually my birthday
Bop.
show.
Yeah, that was at that was at the birthday show.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like so far, the funniest.
That was funny.
Experience was
Dude,
definitely-
honestly, like
Dude, got the cake
that
in the
show,
face.
So
like
good.
I just feel like blessed to be a part of it. I can't believe that
Oh,
like
God.
everyone showed up for that everyone went as hard as they did. That dude, oh my god, they were.
I offered to help them clean up the day before.
No, it's
They
your
were like,
birthday.
Yeah,
It's your birthday.
thank
Absolutely
you.
not.
It's your birthday. You're gonna wear clown paint. You're
Yeah.
gonna
Don't
get
wear
cake in
clown
your
paint.
face.
Not worried
Gonna
about
get
nothing. That's
Dude,
a
cake smash in your face.
Shout out to Retro.
Shout out to
shout out
Rose
to
Rose-
you
Gold
know what?
Will.
Shout out to Rose
And shout out
Gold
to
Will.
Retro.
Shout out to Retro, or Lord Retro rather. They really showed up to that show. I think one of the most inspiring things about seeing them up there was seeing them so far out of their comfort zone, because at this point this is like a punk
Their
crowd.
auto
and
tune sounded really
Yeah.
good.
I thought that their auto tune
Dude,
was
their songs
so
were so
together.
dope.
They
So
honestly really did, like they showed up as artists.
Yeah.
I really feel like they showed up, and they did it for me too, which was crazy.
It was awesome.
Like
They're really nice
courtesy of my
people.
birthday. So
Right.
yeah, or on behalf of my birthday rather.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So this EP that's trailing this one, you guys never stop the grind. What can you tell me? What little spicy
it's not
secrets
an
can you
EP
drop
this
on
time.
us?
You
Yeah.
know,
You got that long.
These
Yeah.
are writing
Shit.
credits. Yeah.
It's gonna be long.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
it's
an
gonna be an album.
album.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Album.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
You know what? Oh wait, I'll talk about Her Love Beheads Daisies. The thing I was say, Her Love Beheads Daisies is one of my favorite bands out right now. They're so good. I don't know what it is about their music, but it's amazing. I love their music. It's awesome. And I bought one of their CDs on Bandcamp, and they were doing it through PayPal. And just yesterday, they posted like every single, because of they
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have an
I remember
account
reading about that.
linked
Yeah.
to their PayPal, every single order. They'd already shipped them all out. They all got refunded to the people who bought them. So they were like $1,000 almost in just debt because they bought these CDs and then didn't get the money for it. And so people are like redonating their refunded money back to Her Love Beheads Daisies. And this guy who's in this band that I like, that's from like the 90s, All My Wishes Were Thrown Down a Well and Should Die
I
There.
don't think I know them.
I love that band, but he came after Her Love Beheads Daisies and said that they're stupid, basically, because they should have known how to use PayPal. and they were like, damn, one of my favorite bands, like someone from one of my favorite bands is like calling us stupid on Instagram. Yeah, and I thought it was mean. I was like, there's no need for that, bro. Just like
It's already
give
a
them back their
situation
money.
that
Yeah.
sucks,
That's
dude.
pretty-
Like, you idiots don't know how to use PayPal. That's like, what?
What's the problem with a lot of the old heads?
I don't know, dude. He was like, people were mean to us back in the day. Like, get used to it. And I was like, what? Like,
yeah, but that was
change, grow and
yeah,
change.
but
We
it
would've
sucked
been
back
nice
then,
to each other.
right?
Yeah, it sucks for you. So why are you making it
Like,
suck for other people?
They were also nice people back then.
There's
Yeah.
a song called "The Times Are a Changin',"
Yeah.
and it's been around since who knows when.
Yeah,
It's an
be
old
nice to
song.
Her Love Beheads Daisies. They
Don't
lost
stand in the
$1,000
doorway.
bucks.
Don't block
We're
the
trying our
ball.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're really good, and I'd recommend listening to their music because it's good.
Did you also want to talk about the
Album?
the EP name?
Yeah.
Tell the EP
A
name
forever
story.
process of unlearning.
Yes.
Forever
Also trans
process
as well.
of unlearning.
Because it is. It's
A lot of
fun.
arguments
Yeah.
about this one.
We had minimal
was only Josh.
arguments because we had one member that didn't like it. Yeah.
Oh.
What's
one member
somebody?
who shall not be named.
not to throw anyone under the bus, but yeah, we had a little bit of a back and forth about that. But at one point, we couldn't really come up with anything that was like an alternative.
We
to
were
it.
Right.
sitting in the car.
Uh,
We were driving back to my house.
yes, we were.
We were talking about something, and I was like, we were talking about like generational,
Curses.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
dude, just
yeah.
people being stupid because their parents are dumb and ignorant.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah, I know that
y'all
one.
gotta unlearn your. It's forever process of unlearning.
Well,
Like
yeah.
it's forever generational unlearning for like people's mindsets about things.
Well, it made me think of our parents who are almost
Yeah.
in like
Yeah.
the roughest position of being like conscious, understanding that like there's no harm in simply coexisting with someone that you don't necessarily agree with. You know what I mean?
Or just that you're
And-
different too.
Which is a really
Exactly.
Not everyone has to be on the same
Right.
path.
But then they're
Exactly.
also like
If
they
you're
have this
growing up
very
with
like
that.
non-binary like oriented way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like they're you know, they still go by their traditions. They still, a lot of their, you know, daily nuances have a lot to do, you know what I mean, with their parents.
Yeah, how they were raised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how they're
Yeah,
raised.
like,
Everyone's
thoughts and whatnot,
always dealing
you
with how
know?
they're raised.
But that's the weird thing is like the more I kind of express myself, the more I, you know, like don't debate with my mom, you know what I mean? Like the more I just kind of do it, you know, she's just she's with it, and I feel like, you know, I'm sure that
honest.
Adler's parents are almost in a similar boat. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's kind of where we were coming from when it came to the name.
Yeah, we were having like a whole ass just talk about stuff,
We
and I was
were.
like, just came out of my mouth, and we were like, you know what?
That's what,
Yeah.
what it
Pretty
comes
good
down to is
title.
what the EP
Yeah.
is about.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
all it's what all everything is
yeah,
about.
going
It
the
kind of wraps it
process
up.
of unlearning those internal
Right.
biases
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
those insecurities that you have
judgments.
about yourself. and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
opening up.
Well, and
being
it's
who
also
you
like
are.
it's like really kind of understanding that, like, you know, the older you get, I feel like the process of maybe understanding something that might be foreign or taboo to you is it becomes more of like a process, really.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know, like
Yeah, I
it's-
mean, there's a whole bunch of psychology that backs that up.
without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a
Like the
doubt.
concept of juvenoia.
Juvenoia,
being
what's
one.
that?
So juvenoia, you know how it's like, I wasn't raised with it. That's that can't be good. That can't be good. No.
Paranoia
That's
about
juvenoia.
Oh yeah,
It's new thing. Yeah, it's like I wasn't raised with that, and I survived.
Right.
Therefore, that's
Therefore, it was
There's a
probably
whole
fine.
lot of
yeah.
that.
Therefore, I'm fine. That's not good. We can't have that.
Yeah,
But it's also this fear that it's like, well,
What if I'm not fine?
I
though?
watched those shows when I was a kid, and I turned out fine. So I guess my kids have to watch those shows, or the new shows must not be. I don't know if I can trust those. You
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
liberals are getting to my media, man.
You know.
I was
Yeah.
drinking liquor on 5 years old. Now
Dude, I smoked cigarettes since I was 4.
Gosh,
I've been
when I was a
very,
kid-
I've been
These
very
days,
lucky
dude.
in that regard. My
I never once sat in a car seat and I'm fine.
yeah.
I
I was
always
born and my
just.
mama strapped me up.
I like to direct people to my handy dandy chart of the history of left-handedness.
Right. Yeah. Survivorship bias.
Dude,
100%.
that's a good one, actually. Really, really good one.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you can't be left-handed, dude. Just use your right hand.
I see the other really good one for that is there's a chart of where planes have been shot and returned. And they're like, oh, we need to armor up those spots. But it doesn't show where the planes got shot and they didn't survive.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
call it survivorship bias.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
No, people are stupid, man. I'm so sorry. That's what it comes down to is people are pissing me off and they're dumb and they need to start thinking, using their
so many
brain.
times
Yeah.
Be nice to people and stuff. That's really what it is. It's like, just be nice to
well,
people.
it's not
Neighbors,
rocket
love each
science.
other,
It's like
love
such
yourself.
a predominant concept lately,
Yeah.
right? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, none of this is really like, it's not a matter of like having to learn a whole new set of accolades or whatever. It's just a matter
Just
of
respect
kind of,
people, man.
Yeah, you know.
Be
what I'm
nice.
saying?
Having
Yeah.
having the mindset to
Yeah.
go into things open.
Right.
Yeah.
And base things way more off of your like personal experiences, like way more off of that and less off of whatever you're seeing on TV.
Right.
Talk
Dogma.
to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, talk
Talk to people.
Talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, really. Don't just
Hugely.
judge them and like,
Oh, without
that's
a
it.
doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Talk
glad to
people.
have you guys to come talk to me.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, we're happy to talk.
Can we talk about the album
Yeah.
real quick? So
Yeah, drop it.
Upcoming.
Lay it
upcoming,
steaming on my table, please.
So yeah, Lee's playing bass, so it's gonna sound the whole thing sounds completely different.
It does.
You're gonna
Yeah,
hear
it's very
this,
different
and then
already.
the new one is just it's completely
Oh,
different.
but
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah, it's so
It's already
good.
so good.
Yeah.
It's
Heavy.
quite the evolution.
Yes, yeah, the new ones.
It's really what we mean by saying that you really progress just by playing, and then
It's so
it's very
different.
different.
Well, with the last, like, as a drummer, with the last EP, I feel like a lot of the songs that Adler was writing, like, kind of put me in a mode where I had to be a little bit more contemporate. I feel like with these new songs, I get to kind of like throw paint at the wall. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I
There,
mean?
some of them are
Yeah.
really, really fast.
Yes.
Really,
yes,
really fast.
yes.
And then they have I feel like everything on the EP that I was kind of getting used to, that like harsh and pretty contrast thing is like so
You got it
extreme
down.
on the new songs that
Yeah.
like it's just the same thing. It's like fast and harsh and distorted, very pretty.
Right.
And it's like
right.
two.
Way less safe.
also-
Yeah.
For sure.
Also
Yeah.
just, like,
Yeah.
wired
It's
into that.
super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the complexity, like the amount of parts and stuff, the changes.
Yeah.
It's all it flows better. It's harsher. It's
Yeah.
grittier. It's prettier.
It's prettier.
It's
a lot
all
more
the above.
singing.
Gives you
Yeah. A
it
lot
gives
more
you a lot to
singing.
expect.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt. It's a much crazier like listening experience too with a second guitar now.
Oh my
Which
god!
is like a whole
And the
other
live,
thing,
the shows
yeah.
are gonna be good next
Oh,
time.
absolutely.
They're gonna
like,
be fast and they're
Yeah.
gonna be cool with the
Yeah.
second guitar.
Beautiful.
It's really cool to like kind of
Yeah.
hear the noise, the wall of noise almost.
Mm.
That
Oh,
kind of creating.
my
with
goodness.
this.
Well,
it's cool to be a
I
part
can
of.
say this much: KFUG loves a noise band.
Hey.
So
Oh,
we are
me too.
absolutely here.
Yeah, Josh,
We're absolutely here for
All
it.
started.
Speaking of KFUG, that's been making waves. Sorry to cut you guys off, but we are like an hour in, and this is
Yeah.
supposed to be an hour show.
Yeah.
I will see you all next time. KFUG Community Radio 101.1 FM. Keep it here.